much of the food and beverage is very scarce and hard to find. Many issues come along when you attempt to consume such foods and beverages. For example, water can freeze in the very frigid temperatures. The solution we Russians have come up for this is a vodka. We introduced this drink in 1440 to 1470, and the advantages of it compared to water are that it doesn't freeze because it's alcohol-based. It doesn't spoil because no bacteria can grow in the alcohol, and it keeps the soul warm and alleviates pain for soldiers by dulling the senses. The Russian diet is very grain-based, due to the lack of many animals in the cold, harsh climates of Russia, besides bears, which are difficult to hunt. Easy-to-make foods with high carbs are very popular in Russia because they keep their consumers healthy and energetic. For example, bread, barley, and potatoes. These delicacies are farmed by loyal but oppressed serfs. You can thank the Cossacks for spreading these agricultural techniques all over Russia.
The Cossacks were a band of lower-class Russians who were sent out on horseback to expand the Russian territory. With them, they brought new and old agricultural techniques, which essentially made Russia one of the largest agricultural empires in the world.
Jak się produkuje chleb? Many of you may be wondering, how do we make this simple yet nutritious food called bread? Well, it's easy. First, you get water. Next, you get flour. Flour is made by grinding grains such as barley, which is farmed abundantly in Russia. Next, you get salt. This can be found in local salt caves all over the Ural Mountains in Russia. Finally, you get yeast. Yeast is a microorganism found on vegetation such as barley and beets, which are both common in Russia. With these four materials easy to find in Russia, you just mix them and you'll make nutritious bread. This bread is completely 100% produced in Russia. Unlike others, we Russians don't depend on imports from other regions, such as sugar from China.
Peasants! Peasants, gather round!
Da.
We have bread!
Da.
We have bread!
Da.
Does your food lack nourishment?
Da.
Do you struggle to find food for your family?
Da.
Then eat this bread.
Da.
Russia, a vast land of fertile agricultural land. I'm proud to say that we are now independently owned and operated. Our barley fields produce our greatest natural resource, Russian barley. Non-GMO, FDA approved, organic, gluten-free, free-range barley. The Russian way.
Oh, hi there. For the makers who brought you bread and barley, now are introducing beets. Healthy, hearty, and easy to make. Good for use in soups such as borscht. Get your beets now while they're in limited supply.
For over 200 years, Russians paid tribute to the Golden Horde for fear of being sacked. In the year 1476, Ivan III of Moscow was the first to refuse to pay tribute to the Golden Horde. Ivan III was able to rally an army of Russian peasants, fending off an onslaught of Mongol raids until 1480. It was at that point Khan Ahmed's army retreated and Russia finally became an independent state. Surf Rebel, the quintessential equipment to defeat the Mongols. Let's take a look, shall we? Everything you need is right here. An axe! A pickaxe! A hatchet! And bread.
It fits perfectly in this small, practical box.
Whoa. Whoa. We all know that the rival to the iVan 3.0 is the Golden Horde. They've been battling it out for many years now. However, the iVan has come out on top. The iVan 3.0 allowed Russia to expand its market and borders to Finland and Poland. One benefit of the iVan 3.0 is that there is no Mongol tax. The Ivan and Byzantine companies merged in 1497 when the Byzantine princess married Ivan III. Through the Byzantine princess who married Ivan III, the Byzantine Empire had a great influence on Ivan III's Russia, and it greatly shaped the design of the iVan 3.0.
What are you driving?
Right now I'm driving my 1440 iVan 3.0. It's the newest so far. I really love it. I think it's great.
So, sir, what do you like about the iVan 3.0?
Well, what I really like about it is how it lets me travel throughout Russia, because it essentially unites all of Russia, the iVan 3.0.
People consider buying vehicles from the Golden Horde. Clearly, these terribly made autos don't compare to the iVan vehicles. The iVan 4.0 was dubbed the Terrible by all of its poor reviews and violent tendencies. This is a car for people of all backgrounds, from the land conquered by Ivan 4.0, including Kazan Khanates, Astrakhans, and Siberians. Ivan 4.0 transformed Russia into a multi-ethnic state when he conquered all these lands, spanning almost 1 billion acres, making it the largest region under a single government and ruler. Overall, Ivan 4.0 turned Russia from a medieval state to an empire. Sir, what model car are you driving?
Well, I'm driving the 1530 Ivan 4.0.
What do you think of it?
I think it's terrible. Big problem with it is sometimes if you don't listen to it, or anybody who doesn't respect the car or listen to it, it brutally murders. So that's becoming a problem.
Does it maim them?
It maims them.
Are there any benefits to it?
Well, yeah, it has a turbo fuel injector, so I can actually go where it couldn't before with the Ivan 3.0. It really expanded the range.
So can you tell me anything else about Ivan 4.0?
Well, yeah, Ivan 4.0 received the Tsar Award for fuel economy and safety. So you could say that it is the first Tsar.
So where was this car manufactured?
Well, it's manufactured in Moscow. They just actually recently expanded their market to Poland, Sweden, Finland. They're having a couple of problems there. Ivan 4.0 has caused massive drought, famine, plague, a lot of death. So they're working on that.
Yeah.
While Russia is tolerant of other religions, we encourage our inhabitants to practice our national religion, designated by King Vladimir in 1299, Orthodox Christianity. Like our political structure, this religion comes from the Byzantine Empire. Our churches feature beautiful gold-plated onion domes and our interiors feature many iconographic religious paintings. Not only was Russia designated a holy land, where a great Christian city would be founded by the Apostle Andrew, but as an empire, Russia is actually considered the Third Rome, after the original Roman Empire and Byzantine. Come to Russia today and convert to Orthodoxy, and your sins will be forgiven, so you may rest in heaven.
Overall, Russia was a powerhouse during the early modern era. The Russian people were known for being strong, powerful, and resilient in nature. They were able to push back the Mongols, explore and settle unknown territory, and establish an everlasting empire. They were self-sufficient in many sections of local life, such as agriculture, and did not rely on trade for survival or prosperity. All throughout this era, Russia has always been expanding its borders and has not once retracted. From their agricultural achievements to their religious conquests, and without any help from neighboring states, Russia has shown to be one of the most powerful empires during the early modern era.
Wow! I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now.
And then I step in, alright?
Okay.
So good. I got you.
You have a bag of bread?
Wow! I feel nice. You and smiling.
No, it was just...
I feel nice.
Alright.
You and smiling.
Hey, bud!
Oh, you got the bread.
Doggy!
I got you.
Alright.
Alright, yeah?
Yep.
When I hold you,
He's this Siberian Husky. Not really,
when
but...
I hold you in my arms, love wanna do you no harm.
Don't you want to wear the hat?
Feels nice, like sugar and spice. I feel
Bread.
nice, like
To
sugar
top it all
and
off,
spice.
we even gave you
So nice, so nice. I got you.
An automatic rifle. It's all right in here.
Small box.
When I hold you in my arms,
You gotta say it's all right.
know that I can't do no
Alright.
wrong.
Good go.
When I hold you in my arms, love can't do you
Go.
no harm. And I
Формально Russia.
feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice.
Oh, God.
So nice.
That was so good though.
I got you.